Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. As Academic Registrar, it is both my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to the Cambridge Corn Exchange for this afternoon's Anglia Ruskin graduation ceremony. In particular, we're pleased to have with us the Worshipful, the Mayor of Cambridge, Councillor Nigel Gawthorpe, and the Mayoress, Miss Jenny Wood. You're most welcome. Graduation ceremonies follow a tradition from the 15th century, and that tradition has evolved since. Roughly translated, graduation means taking a step, and graduation symbolises the move of the former student, now called a graduand, into a new role in society as a graduate, where they will use the skills and talents developed during their studies to contribute to the future advancement of society. Each graduand will cross the stage and shake hands with the Vice-Chancellor to symbolise their transition to this new role. We will applaud them for their success so far, but also in anticipation of the contribution we expect them to make to society in the future. At the conclusion of our proceedings, the Vice-Chancellor will formally admit all new graduates to the community of scholars, and as new members of that community, as the academic procession leaves the stage, the new graduates will join the procession, and that will bring the ceremony to a close. During proceedings, those graduating with higher research awards will have their hoods placed upon them by the Vice-Chancellor to indicate that they have attained the very highest levels of academic achievement. So it's now time for us to begin our formal proceedings. I hereby declare the ceremony to be in session, and I call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Ian Martin, to address you all. Vice-Chancellor.
Graduands, family, friends, colleagues. As Vice-Chancellor of Anglia Ruskin University, it's my very great pleasure to be here today at this your graduation ceremony. Firstly, absolute congratulations on reaching this milestone and graduating from your chosen course. Today, it's an opportunity to take stock and celebrate your fantastic achievements to date. But at the same time, it's also an opportunity to reflect on the careers that stretch out in front of each of you. We will have succeeded in our task if we've given you the skills and the confidence to influence and lead the change that will make a difference as you build those careers. Before I spend a few minutes talking about what's happened across your university in the last year, I want to make a few comments about those roles and what will happen to you in the future. Firstly, to return to leadership. I hope that each of you will provide to your communities, both professional and social, the important leadership on which those communities rely. I'm not talking in the main about the big L leadership that comes with jobs with title, but the much more important little L leadership that each of us must bring to our work, to our communities, to those around us, to improve things through our own influence. We need your passion, your enthusiasm, and your growing expertise to help address many of the challenges we face nationally and globally. Above all, I believe we need that expertise. We need experts who are prepared to engage in debate, harbour rightful doubt, and above all, work to ensure that the decisions that are made are built solidly upon evidence, albeit tempered by a healthy dose of social justice. Expertise and the power of scientific progress have underpinned much of what has happened over the last 200 years as a society. But being an expert is not the same as having no doubt and uncertainty. Indeed, the true expert is the honest broker who shares both the strengths and gaps in current knowledge with others. Experts who hold no doubt are almost as dangerous to progress as are fanatics who hold opinion without evidence. The great thinkers of the past 100 years have helped me frame how I interpret evidence and expertise, and I would encourage you to do the same, to reflect backwards as well as reflect forward. Bertrand Russell, whose views were, and in many quarters still are regarded as controversial, said, "To teach how to live without certainty, and yet without being paralysed by hesitation, is perhaps the chief thing that philosophy, and I would add to that education, in our age can do for those who study it." Words that are as true now as they were when they were written 70 to 80 years ago. My second thought is, despite all of the challenges that we face as a society, do not be ground down by those who suggest everything is going backwards. Yes, there are challenges. Yes, there are some really, really difficult things that society are going to have to tackle. But if you had to choose a time to be alive, it would be very hard to choose a time better than now. The world is changing, and in the main, the world is improving. But we need to make sure, through what you will bring, that that improvement benefits everybody in society, not just a few. It's also a timely reminder that the knowledge that underpins all this progress, the iterative process of discovery, the importance of doubt and challenge to accepted views have underpinned almost all of that progress, a validation, if indeed we need one, of the very characteristics that sit at the heart of this and all universities. You, as our graduates, can and must make a difference to those around you, the wider community, and I know for some of you, leadership on a much larger stage. To turn now to this, your university. The 2017-18 academic year, the year of your graduation, marked our 25th anniversary of achieving university status. On the 16th of June 1992, we became a university, a milestone in a history that started in 1858, not very far away from here, with John Ruskin's inaugural address at the opening of the Cambridge School of Art. The power of education, the importance of providing access to that education through widening participation, and being innovative and challenging paradigm were part of our institutional DNA from that day onwards. Over the last 25 years, more than 150,000 students have taken the steps you all take today and crossed the stage, achieving qualifications ranging from architecture to zoology and many, many things in between. In each of those last 25 years, we've seen major change and development, and this year is no exception. The last 18 months or so have seen more change in the external environment impacting on universities than at almost any time over the last 3 decades. This has produced, and will undoubtedly continue to do so, a great deal of uncertainty for those in the university community and beyond. But we give you our commitment that we will remain absolutely focused on what we do best and what we believe our role is, transforming lives through innovative, inclusive, and entrepreneurial education and research. Your university, despite those challenges, is in great heart. We finished the academic year we've just left about 5% bigger than we started it. You join, or you're part of a university community of nearly 36,000 students studying with us both in the UK and around the world. We secured for our university the first medical school in Essex, and 3 weeks ago, the first 100 students started their degree. This is a fantastic achievement that builds on a wonderful pedigree of health, science, and biomedical education for many, many years, and is a reflection of the dedication and hard work of many. We were named as Partner of the Year by the Chartered Management Institute at their inaugural Higher Education Awards, and one of our students was named as their Student of the Year. We've taken on board new models of education and are one of the national leading providers of degree apprenticeships. And this year we expect to see nearly 800 students start in this mode of study. Our research and innovation portfolio has grown appreciably. We've seen more PhD students complete their qualifications than ever before. And this is very relevant because myself and my colleague from the council have just wiped off the mud from our feet. We've just started work, and we had the groundbreaking ceremony today for a new innovation hub in Harlow. Alongside this, we've been named as one of the 2 university partners for the NHS Clinical Entrepreneurs Programme across the country. We've invested in our infrastructure, both digital and physical. I've talked about the medical school, but we also have in Cambridge the fantastic new science centre, amongst many other developments. Our success is absolutely defined by the positive impact we have on your lives and the lives of the communities we serve. As you leave here today as our graduates, we rely on you to help us continue to do what we do for those who follow behind you and the communities around you. We can only deliver fully on our potential with the help, guidance, and support from our alumni and friends. It really matters. It's helped us add value to our education, it supports our researchers, and perhaps most importantly, it enables us to invest in cultural, social, and economic development projects in our host cities and the wider regions. You have our commitment to ensure that we will do what we can, but to maximise that, we need all of the ARU community to work with us on that. Before I close, I have to make very special mention of your families, your friends, and supporters, both who are with you here today to celebrate your achievements, but those who aren't here today but have been equally important in the journey to crossing this critical stage today. They've provided you with friendship, moral, spiritual, nutritional, and all too often financial support to enable you to get across the stage today. And from everybody in ARU, can I thank you for what you've done to support our graduates. I also have to acknowledge and thank the staff in this university who contribute so much. They care deeply about you, our students. They are passionate about seeing you succeed. And we are very privileged to have a cohort of staff at ARU that really make it their mission to make a difference. I also want to thank our governing body, whose wisdom and guidance has really helped shape your university. I wish you well wherever your ARU degree takes you. I do hope that you continue to stay in touch with your university, because ultimately, from today, our success and your success are inextricably linked. In concluding, I return to Bertrand Russell. The good life is one inspired by love and guided by knowledge. Enjoy the day, and once again, congratulations.
Vice-Chancellor, thank you. So now we come to our main business for today's ceremony, the presentation of those receiving awards. And I call upon Dean of Faculty, Dr. Peter Crabtree, to come to the podium to present to the Vice-Chancellor graduates from the Faculty of Science and Technology. Dr. Crabtree.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates from the Faculty of Science and Technology. For the award of Bachelor of Science, Computer Science, Hilda Tendai Munzai Miri. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Computer Science, Patrick Abramchuk. Malenga Chonto. Sarit Topi Rashid. Edward Ewing. For the award of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours Computer Science, Angus Morton Arnordi. Najat Mohammed Bakadia. Also receiving the Sam Beeston Memorial Award, Jamie Benstead. Chloe Louise Bisa. William Boyer. Charles William Andrew Callow. Maisie Gilberta Carnero. Aaron Marcus Cooper. Kieran Cork. Raj Devraj. Felipe de Antia. Billy Gisborne. Palvir Singh Janda. Casper Jershak. Joshua Kent. Alexander Kerr. Adam Lakey. Oscar Lukasic. Tafadzwa Mundaru. Daniel Payton. Imran Rahman. Navdeep Singh. Liam Smith. George Strike. Natasha Stewart. Jack Taylor. Colin Paul Thorbinson. Moneytrees Turner. Thomas David Underwood. For the award of Foundation Degree in the Sciences, Construction, Martins Oragai. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Computing, Colin Christopher Reed. Matthew Peter Seymour. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Technology, Nabil Ali. Saeed Hussein Al-Sharani. Nikhil Gurung. Liam Aldridge Mason. Charles Nugent. For the award of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours, Electronic, Chen Wan. Also receiving the Electronics Course Best Student Prize, Jinsho. Jinyu Zhou. Zhang Yang. Yuhan Zhou. For the award of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours, Electronic Engineering, also receiving the Electronics Engineering Course Achievement Prize, Daniel Badman. Jeff Christian Credo. John Lee Duval. Marcin Thomas Jaborski. Abdul Hanan. Also receiving the Professional Achievement Prize for the Best Performance in Electronic Engineering, Alexander Towie. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Computer Gaming Technology, Alex Barry. James Brooks. Samuel Coughlin. Cain Footit. Luke Stewart Goodrich. Samuel Hartwell. George Leonard Hine. Ryan Hill. Emily Hobbs. James Alexander Hollins. Joshua Hollingworth. Joshua Homstead. Jordan Hooper. Rayan Stewart. James Robert McLennigan. Shamil Mohammed. Also receiving the Computer Gaming Technology Course Best Student Prize, Bogdan Murshan. Jaya Powles. Danny Pinhemba. James Rance. Blake William Ratcliffe. Daniel Sang. Joshua John Robert Walker. Arimen Yazid. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Media and Internet Technology, Matthew James Robertson. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Audio and Music Technology, Christian Bailey. Liam Barker. Frank Chavez. Lewis Connolly. James Ferguson. Also receiving the James Richer Sounds Prize, Matthew James Hill. Also receiving the James Orchestral Recording Sessions Prize, Harry George Knight. Midhan Krishnakumar Sangeetha. Harry Lewis. Also receiving the Sharps Redmore Prize, Tom Loveday. Jacob Marciniak. Also receiving the James Gustudgeon Foundation Prize, Edward Reason. Ross Mark Shelley Pillsworth. Jonathan James Turner. Vice-Chancellor, that partially completes the list of graduates for me to present to you today.
Dr. Crabtree, thank you. Each year, Anglia Ruskin University confers a number of honorary awards on individuals outstanding in their field of endeavour and who we hope will act as a source of inspiration to those of you crossing the platform today. Their stunning achievements should make us realise that our own successes to date are merely a starting point, and they pose the question, should we too not aspire to success such as theirs? I now call upon the Secretary and Clerk, Paul Bogle, to come to the podium to read the citation for the award of Doctor of Health Sciences Honoris Causa for Neil Bentley OBE. Paul.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my great pleasure to read the citation for Neil Bentley OBE for the award of Honorary Doctor of Health Sciences. Neil Bentley is a pioneering biomedical scientist, Head of Specialist Microbiology Scientific and Technical Services at Public Health England's National Infection Service and a celebrated Anglia Ruskin alumnus. Neil began his career in biomedicine with the Royal Army Medical Corps, initially serving as a medical laboratory technician. Postings to Europe, Hong Kong, and Brunei would give him extensive experience of working in an international setting. And the practical skills gained in setting up and running field-based laboratories in Central America would prove invaluable later in his career. As his experience grew, Neil's career in the military progressed accordingly, and he would go on to design and lead the microbiology and public health training for all military biomedical science trainees. In 1995, while still serving in the forces, Neil completed his MSc in biomedical science at Portsmouth University. Then, in 1996, he left the army, accepting a position at Exeter's Nuffield Hospital with a brief to establish a new diagnostic microbiology laboratory. In 1997, Neil was appointed Senior, then Chief, Biomedical Scientist with the Public Health Laboratory Service at Addenbrooke's Hospital here in Cambridge, during which time he designed and implemented a range of modernisation initiatives, including the installation of one of the first bacteriology total automation solutions within the UK. In 2007, Neil became the Health Protection Agency's Regional Head of Operations for Microbiology Services across the east of England. And it was during his time in this role that Neil worked towards his MBA, graduating from our Ashcroft International Business School in 2009. In 2012, Neil was appointed Head of Scientific and Technical Services for Specialist Microbiology Network of the Health Protection Agency and subsequently for Public Health England, with the remit to transform the organisation's laboratories in line with the progress achieved at Addenbrooke's Hospital. In 2014, Neil's immediate priorities were disrupted by the Ebola outbreak in West Africa, and he soon volunteered to lead the UK's public health response in the field, coordinating and running 3 field containment Level 4 laboratories across Sierra Leone. His military experience proved invaluable as he was soon overseeing a complex logistical operation to supply much-needed equipment and consumables to the field laboratories. Extensive travel across the region and engagement with local communities showed Neil that diagnostics provided just a small part of the health services required in the region, and he soon set about enhancing public health provision through community-based education and training. In recognition of activities in the field and for his role as a liaison between the British and Sierra Leone governments, Neil was awarded the OBE for services to public health in the 2016 Queen's New Year's Honours list. When he's not hard at work or flying off to disease-stricken areas around the globe, Neil spends enormous time and energy running sponsored marathons and completing sponsored treks in far-flung locations, such as Mount Kilimanjaro and the Himalayas, all of which to generate funding for great causes such as Asthma UK, the British Heart Foundation, East Anglia Children's Hospice, and most recently, Enable, a charity to provide artificial limbs to people in Sierra Leone. By recognising Neil's achievements, we hope to strengthen the links between our university and Public Health England and to honour the outstanding contribution he has made to the field of biomedical science. As an inspirational scientist, teacher, manager, and mentor, he will be an outstanding role model for our students, particularly those studying on medical science courses. We are delighted to welcome Neil to our Anglia Ruskin community. Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present Neil Bentley OBE for the award of Honorary Doctor of Health Sciences honoris causa.
As Vice-Chancellor of Anglia Ruskin University, I'm honoured to award to you, Neil Bentley OBE, the award of Doctor of Health Sciences honoris causa from behalf of everybody at ARU.
put my glasses on so you can see me. I asked for them to put the heating up, so it reminded me of being back in Sierra Leone, and I hope you don't mind. Okay. So anyway, Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests and students, thank you for inviting me to be part of your special day. It's an honour and I'm truly humbled and I'll remember forever. As you've heard, I started my scientific career back in 1983 within the Royal Army Medical Corps. And my role back then was to look down a microscope. I've got a fan. Was to look down the microscope at wee and poo. And I was frequently advised by the Sergeant Major at the time that while it was wee and poo to me, while it was wee and poo to most, it was my bread and butter. Okay. And at that time, I certainly did not think I would ever be standing here today, here in front of you. What I have achieved in my career is not rocket science. It's been down to building of relationships, challenging myself, learning from my mistakes, grafting and not giving up, and most importantly, understanding my role within the team. With most careers, we have to make difficult decisions on which path to take, and to cross or not cross the comfortable or uncomfortable imaginary boundary that we set for ourselves. In 2014, I had one of those difficult decisions to make with my family and friends, and that decision has helped define who I am today and mould me into what I am, and is probably why I'm standing here now. And that was to decide, should I volunteer to go to West Africa to help out with the Ebola outbreak, or to stay in my comfortable UK job close to my family and friends? I did decide to step over that imaginary line and to venture out into the unknown, and arrived in Sierra Leone to what I thought would be to lead a fully functioning set of laboratories. What we actually arrived to was a number of building sites within the African bush. So my initial focus there was not to apply science, as I thought, but to make sure the team had the essentials like water and electricity that we take for granted, and also somewhere to go to the loo without African bush nasties biting your bottom. Not really very scientific, I know, but necessary nonetheless. It was an intense time, with pressure to get the labs up and running as soon as possible. The turnaround time at the time for an Ebola diagnostics was around 5 days, and it was important to reduce that turnaround time, because anyone with a temperature, regardless of what disease they had, was put into an Ebola holding centre, and these, whilst waiting for the lab results, and these centres were usually within tents or in very, very cramped conditions, and the chance of contracting Ebola whilst in these facilities was significant. As we opened the labs, we managed to reduce the turnaround time from 5 days to under 24 hours. Our finest moment, I think, and definitely mine, and perhaps as it was tangible and you could see the difference that you were making. As you imagine, I didn't do this all alone. I was part of a fantastic, diverse group of volunteers, young and old, scared but enthusiastic, and no different from anybody sat here today. It's times like this that you realise that it's people that make the world go round, and we sometimes just need to rally together to step across that imaginary line. With any field, we have milestone events that change the world forever, be it Charles Babbage, the father of the computer, James Marsh, who first applied science to forensics, Alexander Fleming, who stumbled across the first antibiotics, or more recently, 2 times Nobel Prize winner Frederick Sanger, who not only discovered the structure of insulin, but went on to map the genome. Who would have thought that with a few cells from your mouth, you can unlock your genetic code to use it to provide real-time diagnostics within forensics and healthcare, and also within our everyday lives? While these people have all done amazing things, they are just people like you and me, They all started by taking that first step and crossing that imaginary line. We live in an ever-changing world where the boundaries are extending all the time. You are in an enviable position with your new award. And remember that every significant step has a starting point. Grab the moment, dream big, take one step at a time. Oh, and if I were you, remove the word can't from your dictionary. You'll be pleased to know that I've nearly finished, and you are now one step closer to celebrating your achievement today. But from tomorrow, I challenge you to strive to be the next Babbage, Marsh, Fleming, or Sanger. Thank you.
Dr. Bentley, congratulations. We now continue with our main business for today's ceremony, the presentation of those receiving awards. And once again, I ask Dean of Faculty, Dr. Peter Crabtree, to come to the podium to present to the Vice-Chancellor graduates from the Faculty of Science and Technology. Dr. Crabtree.
Chancellor, it's my pleasure to continue the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Science and Technology. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Bioscience, Rahmet Kwalan Ori. For the award of Diploma of Higher Education, Biomedical Science, Isabella Hilton. For the award of Bachelor of Science, Biomedical Science, Sophie Ahmed. Emina Ellis Gummas. Monisha Sarandran Naya. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Biomedical Science, Musna Khalid Abdullah Al-Abrin. Faisal Abdul Al-Hadi. Kainat Ali. Mohammed Basharat Ali. George Allen. Holly Allison. Abna Abdullah Al-Mari. Shireen Al-Achal Dilhani Arey Yab Andu De Silva. Nima Mohammed Baladi. Christian Robert Bateman. Mahima Begum. Ben Bingham. Maxwell Buerdy. Alexandra Eliza Bujo. Kahaksar Raoul Butt. Kerry Rosina Campbell. David Oliver Cheeseman. Katie Choi. Adjuong Chol. Monique Christian. Sarah Ann Gosford. Carolina Gomez Costa. Christopher James Dobbs. Juliana Emilianus. Maria Grazia Faracci. Benjamin Forson. Courtney Foister. Louisa Gertzner. Wambui Gitau. Anna Rita Gomez Marquis da Costa Couto. Charlie Harrison. Alexander Hilton. Ryan Hodges. Halima Alaya Hussain. Royan Caney. Jennifer Leek. Valerio Mainardi. Callum Murray. Faith Olao Yua Obisisan. Queen Oggy Dugby. Shirkina Oshuko. Fatosh Ozcirkit. Emily Page. Amy Ilana Papaya. Also receiving the Department of Biomedical and Forensic Sciences Award, Lucy Jane Peters. Casper Pletcher. Freya Puja. Christina Barbara Radonich. Sophia Safi Rahman. Alexis Redman. John Roach. Also receiving the Department of Biomedical and Forensic Science Award, Bryony Robertson. Thomas Leslie Richard Scoble. Evelina Ua Sikora. Also receiving the Biomedical Science Course Group Prize, Yana Skaryupova. Uluwad Amilola Rachel Sekunle. Maori Shiskran Daraja. Andrea Stevens. Sophie Stout. Alicia Naomi Thompson. Maria Totova. Lauren Woolley. Michelle Nomatham Sankwa Zanga. Miriam Isa Zarewa. For the award of Master of Science, Biomedical Science, Claire Matthews. For the award of Master of Science, Applied Bioscience, Avni Crittenden Alonso Young. Shadia Chowdhury. Isabel Dominguez Jimenez. Zanira Ineida Gomez da Silva. Laurie Hall. Yana Lutakova. Chriso Melado. Gabrielle Saba. Jantanda Disha Surana. Jessica Vanessa Vanconcellos Amaro. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Forensic Science, Ikram Abdi. Emma Adam. Matt Barnes. Mikulas Bogdan. Jason Bull. Naomi Anna Josephine Cornwall. Saskia de Vista van Bloemen. Also receiving the Department of Biomedical and Forensic Science Award, Leonie Franklin. Madis Garusi Tavusi. Also receiving the Essex Fire and Rescue Services Award, Zedric Zebedee Grosvenor. Richard Lewis Harris. Kieran Harrington. Lauren Harris. Also receiving the Department of Biomedical and Forensic Science Award, Sarah Hicks. Kerry Louise Hoey. Mark Howell. Shannon Rebecca Hudson. Nikul Kirai. Rosemary McMullen. Ryan Murphy. Ryan Myhill. Lewis Myhill. Adora? No. Sorry.
Yes.
Which one? Babora. That's it. Babora. Babora Podubska. Chloe Katie Pudney. Sandra Quintans. Bruna Ribeiro Grigoro. Also receiving the Chartered Society of Forensic Sciences Award, Simeo Pedro Ribeiro Margarido. Courtney Amber Schmidgigel. Also receiving the Chartered Society of Forensic Sciences Award, Philip Sewell. Abigail Yan Lee Sher. Nicole Skeggs-Terry. Leon Alfredo Staffer. Selena Swayby Constantine. Aaron Reese Taylor. Tia Maria Thompson. Gemma Twin. Joshua West. Hannah Louise Wotton. For the award of Bachelor of Science, Crime and Investigative Studies, Prayal Manisha Raseskabi Patel. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Crime and Investigative Studies, Jojo Anton. Megan Barton. Alexander Beard. Maria Alexandra Badia. Also receiving the Department of Biomedical Science, Forensic Science Course Group Prize, AC Bucott. Victoria Camp. Jess Cassidy. Bethany Victoria Coles. Olivia Cooper. Samuel Curtis. Daria Kushner. Petru Enash. Kirsty Ann Marie Evans. Rebecca Louise Evans. Nadine Fadel. Malgulz Atta Barbara Gadja. Rose Heinrichi. Stephanie Catherine Lee. Bethany Lincoln. Achilles Fabrizio Magali Suarez. Kirsty McClintock. Zuzana Moravchikova. Sirin Murad. Chloe Elizabeth Needham. Marina Cesara Negru. Vuyani Leslie Nakala. Isabel Nottage. Grace O'Neill. Betim Alav Pekensa. Tamara Pravdic. Tracy Proctor. Maya Prizibila. James Jonathan Randall. Also receiving the Police and Crime Commissioner's Prize, Hannah Claire Smith-Fawcett. Adam Staden. Emma Stewart Thompson. Also receiving the Jake Marcelino Crime Scene Practice Award, Abby Thompson. Kieran Tidd. Yvetta Ulmi. Duncan Watkinson. Georgia Marie Wiley. For the award of Master of Science Forensic Science, Dean Anthony Bowyer. Sylvain Corti. Sunny Lau. Andre Philip Sarten Silva. Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present those who've been awarded higher research degrees. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis entitled Genetic Diversity of Chlamydia trachomatis, Surendra Ambalal Palmer. Vice-Chancellor, that completes the list of graduates for me to present to you today.
Thank you. I'll say Dr. Crabtree, thank you. I'll try. And I particularly liked that flashing badge somewhere down there. That was very good. Yeah. We're nearing the end of the ceremony now. But first, I should like to ask Zed Grosvenor, one of our wonderful new graduates, to come to the podium to present a vote of thanks on behalf of all of those receiving awards today. Zed.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, fellow graduates, it is my pleasure to offer the vote of thanks today from myself and on behalf of all the graduating students at this ceremony. To begin, the first thanks must go to all our lecturers and senior staff. It goes without saying that the knowledge, guidance, and patience these extraordinary individuals possess is what has allowed all of us graduates to be where we are today. With you, we've been able to find our strengths and improve on our weaknesses. You have allowed us to understand and even master areas of our degrees we never knew before starting our courses. Equally important are the staff behind the scenes of Anglia Ruskin, everyone from staff in the library and canteen to cleaners and lab technicians. While your work may go unseen by students, It is appreciated by all of us. Thanks to you, we've had a clean, friendly, and helpful environment to study in, and an outstanding university experience. Now to our guests, friends and family, both here today and those unable to attend or to complete this journey with us. Some of us may not have even made it this far if it wasn't for you. Pushing us, telling us it's going to be okay, even funding us. It has all helped mold and shape us to be the individuals you see before you today. What you have done for each of us is as unique as we are, and for that, we thank you. Finally, fellow graduates, congratulations, we've made it. What an experience this has been. I know I've enjoyed the journey, and I hope you all have too. University is about so much more than studying. Some of us know that all too well. We've made some great friends, so stick by them and stay in contact with one another, as I'm sure this isn't going to be the last time we celebrate together. Now, I know I'm not in any position to offer any advice about the future, but if you want my opinion, just enjoy the ride. Sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't. All of us here today haven't achieved this degree smoothly. The most important lesson I think we've learned is despite everything, if we know we can triumph after we fail, then we can do anything given enough effort. So, go out there. We can do whatever we want to, and I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you, and enjoy the celebrations.
Excellent speech there. Thank you very much indeed. I now call for one final time on the Vice-Chancellor to address the new graduates. Vice-Chancellor.
And now, will all those who have been presented to me here on the stage please stand? As Vice-Chancellor of Anglia Ruskin University, I hereby admit you to the degrees, diplomas and awards for which you have been presented to me here on stage today. As a member now of the community of scholars, take all that you have learned into society and uphold the values of freedom of thought and scholarship. From all of us here at ARU to all of you, our warmest congratulations. Well done. And finally, before you sit down, we've heard mention of the support that your friends and family have given you. They've excelled themselves today with the applause and the cheering for you. If you could turn around, face them, and return the thanks in the usual way.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the ceremony, and I hereby declare proceedings closed. Can I now ask everybody to stand for the academic procession?